All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back. We're live. And looking into the chat here, yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. Yeah. Nice to see. We'll hit the spot price here in a minute. Let's get Chuck in here first this time. There he is. I think. There he is.
Oh, okay. Hey, the camera turned around the wrong way for a minute. I've been messing with some detectors today and testing them and doing different stuff. And I've narrowed it down. I'm taking 2 units with me. And so that's what I've been working on. But before going further, you and I were talking before the show about an hour ago, a little more. And thoughts and hearts go out to those in Central Texas. My God.
That's
unbelievable.
It's tragic.
Yes.
And to hear that the river rose 26 feet in 45 minutes, that's just hard to fathom.
And the National Weather Service put flash flood imminent warnings out at 1:26 a.m. I'm telling people you need to leave. And they kept repeating it, of course, at that time of the day. And that when they do that, that puts phone warnings out. But not everybody's got a cell phone next to their bed. and that kind of stuff. So, you know, that's sad.
It is. And they got basically the equivalent of 4 months of rainfall in just a couple of hours, and they've
Yes,
got
they
another
did.
6 inches coming.
Yes, they did. And unbelievable damage. It's the power of Mother Nature's hydraulics, man.
Right.
It's phenomenal. I've literally here on the river, of course, it kept coming up over a period of time. They're prepping for it, this kind of stuff, and watched houses float by that were cabins up to the north of us, things like that. But it wasn't something that is 40 minutes worth of just constant rise to unbelievable.
Yeah. Yep. And the devastation runs at least 100 miles. The last I heard, there was 68 confirmed dead in Kerrville.
Yeah, well, it's already went up. It's in the 70 range now, 71 total. And it's unfortunately going to tick up more. They're still missing 10 girls and one counselor from the camp.
From the camp, yeah, Camp Mystic.
And I can't verify, but they said they did rescue some of them alive. So, don't know how many, but, and that was DNR. DNR
Right.
got out there and went to work hard. So,
Oh,
kudos.
everybody got out and went to
Yeah.
work right away.
Oh, yeah. What a mess.
It was, I mean, that was the one kind of silver lining, was seeing how quick everybody took action.
Yep. And then the quickness of that water, the speed of that water, the campers, they go up. Well, this is a camper, and all you see is a twisted chassis, the rear
Yeah,
axles,
it's like a
and
giant
everything else
ball of
is
metal.
gone. Yeah, everything else is gone. So, again, kudos to the responders, but heart goes out to everybody
A lot
else.
of, yeah, a lot of devastation
Right.
and loss, and it's
Man.
it's gonna take quite some time to recover from that.
Hmm. So, all I can say to that is that if you got a weather warning box, don't reach over and turn it off. Get up and listen to it.
Right. Yep. I leave a scanner right next to the bed that it runs nonstop 24/7, and I keep the phone next to the bed too. And then in the other room, I've got 2 portable ham radios on charge.
Yep. Yep. And wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So young too.
Oh yeah. And I'm not real familiar with that particular area. I've been down past Houston, got into the near coastal regions on different things, but that area I wasn't familiar with. And was that the San Gabriel River?
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that area, but they said it's a super popular camping tourist destination in the area.
Right. Yeah. Very, very heavy recreational area this time of the year. Especially being 4th of July weekend, because
Right.
I'll tell you what, it was so hot that when we got home Friday, we're like, you know what? We don't even feel like going out and trying to see the one fireworks show. Let's just see what they've got on TV. And we got to see New York. We got to see St. Petersburg. We got to see St. Louis, Milwaukee, Houston, Dallas, Philadelphia. And boy, I'll tell you what, there might be a little something to that. Everything's bigger in Texas, because they had some phenomenal fireworks shows.
And
And
speaking of that, there were multiple fireworks shows that went off not supposing to go off.
yeah, actually, the county south of us, they were supposed to be doing a big fireworks show tonight, and the two guys were setting it up today. Well, needless to say, the fireworks show has been canceled because a couple of them went off in their faces, and they've been transported to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Touchy stuff.
Yeah, got to be careful. They're fun to watch, but got to be careful.
That's right.
And Dennis has our spot price in the chat, $3,346.90 on gold. That's up $62.40.
Yeah, that probably puts it around 107 and change for a gram.
Yeah, so congratulations once again to Randy DeMario. If people have not seen his post, go check it out. You can find it on his timeline, the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound group, I think the IMDA, a couple other places as well. That was a phenomenal find.
Yes, it was. Congrats, buddy. Right there is a 0.9 gram nugget. That little speck, that's $100 bill.
Right.
Yep. So,
Yep. And he was holding 18 grams of 18
yes,
karat.
he was. 0.75, three-quarter.
That guy can say that his dais has paid for itself, I do believe.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
That is a phenomenal find.
All right. His Legends paid for itself, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Legend paid for itself the first day. He won it.
And then he found several silver rings with it. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has.
Unfortunately, his Cartier is nice bling bling. Cheap bling.
That's all right, though.
That's all right, though. Yeah. Ring's a ring. That's a pretty one. I bet the wife likes it.
Right?
Yep.
And, everybody loves it when they see gold in the scoop.
Always.
And silver. This is crazy, too. Silver, $37.31 an ounce.
Yep.
We're over $37 on silver.
Back in 1980, when the Hunt brothers tried to corner it, it went over $40-some an ounce. But right now, it's at.
We're dancing with it.
Yep. And if tell you what, it's a good time to sell, probably.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not telling you to sell. I'm just saying it's a good time you're going to get some money out of it.
Yeah. Especially if it's just coins that you've dug up out metal detecting.
Yeah, I mean, the Rosie
sweat equity. That's
late
about
date
it.
Mercs and Washington quarters and, Benny
Silver
Hat.
Rosies.
Yeah. Yeah. If you got enough, yeah. If you got enough, you can take a nice vacation on it.
Yeah.
Pay down a credit card, whatever.
Might even be able to make the next Alaska trip.
No, well, that's a thought. So, but anyway, hearts go out to Texas, and that's an unfolding story yet. They're telling people to stay back because they're getting some heavy rain again through that area, which is it's so saturated and crazy. So, then the gold and silver prices are up, and
yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'm always learning something new, apparently, because for those in the chat that don't realize it, Randy DeMario's got a Traeger, and he was putting it to work over the weekend. Man, that stuff looked good.
Yep.
You can feel free to post them up in the Beyond Sight and Sound group anytime you're running that Traeger.
That's right.
Randy. We love
That's it.
seeing the grilled and smoked food.
I didn't do it today. I just did a little grilling, had some nice little steaks for the last day of the holiday weekend, and that's what I cooked up and such. But yeah, we're gonna try. I'm gonna do a round roast coming up here. So
Ooh, there you go.
yeah, we're gonna try that and then slice it for sandwich meat and that kind of stuff, alongside of having a dinner out of it. So I haven't done a round roast on this grill. We're gonna try it. I'll keep you
Yeah,
posted.
I think it'll work out pretty good.
Yep, yep. And this one's got a Wi-Fi setup and all that, and you have to be cognizant of how you shut it down. If you don't shut it down properly, it does not clear what you've got in it, and the memory, it'll run to that point. So I wasn't getting temperatures, and I did some reading and trouble shooting with it, and I went, oh, there's what I'm doing wrong.
Right?
Shut it down while it's still plugged in, because it will hold its memory. You plug it back in, tell it to heat up, even the temperature is set, it'll go to that lower temp and say, no, this isn't, you're not doing it right. So I figured that problem out. This got a little more scope to it than the previous Traeger.
Yeah, yeah. Usually you got to let them run their shutdown process,
You got it.
which, yeah, it takes, oh, I don't know, maybe 8 minutes. Maybe not even that long.
There you go.
Not
Well,
bad.
it actually, when you hit it and it goes to shutdown mode, it's 15 minutes. Right on the
Yeah.
screen. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then it resets and recalibrates back to a clear screen.
Right.
Then you
So that
unplug
the
it.
next time
Power
you're
up and
ready
unplug
to
it.
go.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yeah. It cooks good meals though, once you got it figured out.
Yep.
So,
Okay. Randy even says in the chat 15-minute shutdown on the Traeger.
yep. So,
Well, and I run a Pit Boss. I want to say it's like a 10-minute shutdown on the Pit Boss.
mhm. It's all a little bit different.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Say, hey, Randy, how you doing, buddy? It looks like you're killing it in the water there. Keep after it.
Right.
So, since I
And
can't,
he's I believe I saw him post in the chat that he's having that appraised tomorrow.
oh, wait for the report. We're going to check that out. That's cool.
Yeah.
How many grams
Hopefully
is
he's
that?
very pleased.
How many?
18 grams.
18 grams.
Yep. 18 grams of 18 karat silk rope. Beautiful golden.
I saw that. Nice
Gold.
find. Nice find.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a 18 gram day.
Yeah. I'd be thrilled.
You
I
betcha.
mean, that thing was 20 inches long, 18 grams. I'd shut my detector off. I'm done. I'm good for the day.
There you go. Yep. And then go back the next morning, bright and early.
Right. Oh, 14 karat, I guess.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. That's still
Still.
rough numbers at 15 grams of gold.
Yeah,
Rough it out. Basically
14 karat.
1,500 bucks, Randy.
I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at.
No, unless, I mean, probably keeps it, or the wife will get it.
Right.
I
Well,
know 80% of the good jewelry that will fit Jill or wearable, I know where it's at. It's in her jewelry box.
well, I don't know if this would work for him or not, but he could always go with the defense of, but I just gave you a Cartier ring.
Yeah. Very good. So, but no, I'm tuning up, getting things organized. Worked with the SDC, and this is this is a new one. They've upgraded the SDC
We
with
found
a
out there's some mild differences.
yes, there are, and doing a little research. I mean, one of the big things it's tough. Literally, it is a tough metal detector, and I like that, especially where we're going, and it gets dropped and rained on. I've actually dropped her in the creek, washed her off, folded up, and hit the road. I mean, it's tough, and I demonstrated it to a customer one time up there by tossing it about 20 feet into one of the tailings piles and pick it up, turn it on. It took me about under 10 minutes. I had a 1/4 ounce nugget in my hand. He bought 2. It's got to be
Yep.
tough up there. They ride around in pickup trucks, ATVs, snow machines, whatever. And you can't take your 5,000 or 4,500 and go beat around like that with them. Now, the 6,000 and the 7,000 have a better, they're tougher. They're good. They're waterproof. But you go back on some of the older units that were used for gold, especially the 5,000. A really damp day would mess with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, but they're good in dry weather out in the fields, and they're good for relics, and they find gold. But yeah, things have swung over. The little Gold Monster 1000 is a tough little unit. Now they got a new one coming out called the Gold Monster 2000.
That's
And it's
right.
mid-range. It'll be between the 1000 and the 2300. And the 2300 doesn't quite get the depth that the 6000 does, and the 6000 doesn't get what the 7000 does. But um, the SDC gets close to 6,000 depth. So,
Not
and up
bad.
there, that's good depth in that old tailings areas, cliffs.
Yeah, especially with them moving them around.
Yep. So it's been one of my favorites, and I've found a lot of gold with an SDC. So uh, and I'm more than paid for one every time.
Right.
So hopefully I
Yeah.
keep the fingers crossed and say that again when I get back. But now all it takes is a good solid 1 ouncer, and we got her.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like
So
we've said before, it just takes that one good find.
yeah, and this has really no discrimination, none. And you got to get the sensitivity correct to the site, and you have to make sure that threshold is down, because if you don't have it just on the bare minimum where you can kind of maybe hear it, you're missing stuff.
Right.
And the coil is mono, so it's live all the way around the outside edge. There's no pinpoint. You just tip her up and use the outside edge, get you close and dig. And but Coil Tech does make interchangeable coils for it, but once you use it or you switch this coil off, your warranty is void. That's the latest that I heard about 2 years ago. But they do have interchangeable coils. They actually, I think, have a double D for it too.
Nice.
So they're good. They're a good unit. They're a good unit. I was out testing it on nuggets and doing cross testing on the 900 versus the Manicore, and I don't have the mineralization here. It's not a fair test, but what I tested on the Manicore versus the 900 and the M9 coil, that M9 coil is hot, and it was getting about 30% more depth.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm taking an M8 coil and an M9 coil. The M8, that's a pretty decent coil also on it. I've been trying that today. Crevice, it's oblong, so I can work, down amongst rocks and that kind of stuff. So,
Right. Makes a nice shooter coil that way.
yes, sir.
Yeah, that'd work out all right.
I pulled up Nome's weather today, and it had, in Nome, Alaska, had a heat advisory.
Really?
81 degrees in Nome. That's not up in the hills. They were to get to 81 degrees, and I've been there when it's hit 80 down there. And
Mm-hmm.
they don't have any air conditioning. The natives in the area, that's like 100 or 100 plus here. And they run out and stand in the Bering Sea in 50-degree water trying to keep cool.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
serious.
I mean, you guys get up there in the 80s, you're going to be going, oh, this is nothing.
Well, last year we had upper 70s down in along the canyon along Anvil Creek. And there's a problem with that. Not so much the heat. Darn mosquitoes show up. My God, do they show up.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But I'm not complaining. Now, the week that I've been watching the 10-day forecast, every day it changes on the 10th day. They're talking along Nome in near 60s. Chance of rain here and there. That's normal. That's
So
normal.
it sounds like you guys are going to fall into some decent weather again this
I hope
year.
so. Keep my fingers crossed. That's all I can do. That's
Mm-hmm.
all I can do. I talked to Betty a week ago. She says beautiful spring up there. So they've had just enough rain to say it's not really dry up there. So,
Right. And I think Dennis had put in the chat 10 days away.
yep, yep. Lots of sorting and pulling stuff out and getting it ready to go. And I've got some calling me about picks. Some went ahead and bought Apex picks. Apex, as far as I'm concerned, is top of the line. I don't care what you
Top
got.
the pile. Yep.
You got it. Now, I've used Apexes for a long time. I take my own. I got two of them. I got a small and a large. I take them with me. And in fact, S&W Shooters is imprinted right on the handle of mine. And
Nice.
yep. And I got the, what is it, 20-inch, I think it is. And then I got a 18. And it's got the 3-prong claw on the backside to rake a little bit.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. So that's some of my armament. Take plenty of rain gear, plenty of mosquito dope, 2 detectors, coils, shafts, backpack to put it all in, strap it on the bike and go.
Right. And some people may, I mean, if they go and look up Apex picks, they may think that they're a little pricey, but you definitely get what you pay for.
That's right. And I have beat the snot out of them. And they're
Yeah.
still going. And I'm not worried about the head on it. It's the handles. And they've held up very well. Very, very well.
Nice. Looks like Marks is reporting in the chat he's got his bigger rare earth magnet arriving this week.
Well, there you go, Marks. There you go. Mine has 3 rare earth magnets mounted on the Apex.
Yeah, that's the way mine is.
So It's just when you're digging and it didn't get a weld ring around it, you just keep an eye on it, or you can knock it off.
You
Generally, they
can
don't.
knock it loose, yeah, if you don't watch it.
Mm-hmm. So we're all charged up, ready to go, and we'll see how it all goes from there. Barring any flight delays, barring any of that crazy stuff like that, yeah, be good. Be good.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure everybody's getting all fired up for it. I mean, I'm sure Barks
Oh, yeah.
and Clay are excited, and
I bet.
Frankie, he's in the chat. I'm sure he's
Oh,
excited. Dennis is
his
excited.
nephew's been out with an 800 practicing. I know that. He told me he loaned him that 800. I said he's got a good unit for up there. And oh golly, I've had a bunch of them sending me messages. Uh, do I need this? Do I need that? And I said, first order of business, I tell them all to go to the website, do the drop down, and hit the what to bring line, and take a look at that. And it pretty much explains what's going on, what you need, what's provided. I mean, they got a laundry in there. You need, a couple days worth of clothes. Third day, wash some clothes. It doesn't take long. They got a washer dryer there for us. It cuts
There,
down on weight. I mean, you got 50, is it 50 kilogram or 50 pounds? And that's what you get. So that's it. Pack accordingly. Bring
right?
bring warm clothes because it gets cool at night. Cool in the morning. I've gotten up in mornings in late July there, and it's 28 degrees, and by noon it's 72.
Yeah,
Those bike rides down the hill and out through the claims can be a bit cool at 28 degrees.
that's right.
I
Kevin's
reckon.
got in the chat that Clay tried out his Apex pick over the weekend in the rocky underwater areas.
There you go. And I recommend gloves. You're working in rock. This
Yeah,
isn't. This is not a walk in a sandy park.
no.
And I mean,
And there are rocks out there that if you grind them into your knee, it's liable to bring tears to your eyes.
and a good pair of knee pads.
Yeah,
Very, very much a necessity.
yep. And you'll find out just how good they are when you get there.
That's right. That's right. So, and like I said, I will try to hook up with Josh, one day, probably either the Wednesday. I think the Wednesday might be the best. I don't know. Try to call in and give reports on who's found what or not, and what the weather's like, and get you some live looks out over the valley where the city of Nome sits down in along the ocean.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So, yep.
Ah, Dennis just told Barb how much beer was in Alaska.
Bart, we aren't there to do CPR.
Ah, oh, that is hilarious. I
Now
don't
tell them
think
what a
she was
gallon.
quite prepared for that price tag.
Hey, gallon of milk's $11.
Right.
It's flown in every day. They got to buy tickets for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't go down. You don't go down with 25, $30 in your pocket. Expect to bring much of a bag of anything home.
Right.
We make a stop. We get off the plane. They pick us up. They stop at the AC store. Everybody gets to go in. Now, and pick up refreshments. And everybody, you can hear half of them. You can hear wind suck when they go over to the beer section. Holy, you know, yeah,
Mhm.
well, it's pricey.
Yep.
So, yep. Then
Yep.
walk down. I love to walk down the meat aisle and look at like 80-20 hamburger.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got here? 80-20 hamburger. Well, you catch it on sale, $3.99 right now.
Not
Okay,
there.
$11.99. That's on sale.
Uh-huh.
A little tiny steak. I'm talking like an 8-ouncer. $22 a steak. So they eat lots of salmon, lots of moose meat, reindeer, that
Yeah.
localized stuff. You know, you can't buy the moose on the counter, but you can buy reindeer. And yeah, it's pricey.
Yeah. Yeah. And every now and then someone will show off and have some king crab.
Yeah. And they shut down a big section around Nome 2 crabbing except for indigenous and locals. They are allowing no commercial crabbing up there. Didn't last year and the year before. So the prices in Alaska on good king crab have skyrocketed. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Well,
Dennis says baby back ribs were $9.99 a pound last year.
there you go.
And Jason Weir says that he can't wait to see how the prices have changed at the gold shop from last year.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be in there. We don't know whether we'll get down there that Thursday afternoon or the first day, the Wednesday, or not. Probably be Thursday. All depends upon weather. If the weather's
Right.
nice, we'll go downtown. We'll go to 49th State Brewery and have a lunch there and go a couple blocks over and go to the Alaska Mint and see how it's doing in there and a few other places.
And Barb asks, which I know the answer, but I'm letting you answer this one. Barb asks if you all have to buy your own food.
No, plain and simple. No, we don't have to buy our own food. You get Tang, you get tea, coffee's made all the time. Your meals, you get 3 meals. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can have your lunch packed so you don't have to come back in. Breakfast and dinner, very good food. Very good food.
Yeah, nobody goes hungry.
Mm-mm. And what they do, what most places do up there, so you guys understand, is they write out order forms and it gets shipped up via barge in Connex containers for your dry goods. All your flour, your salt, your sugar, your whatever, pancake mixes, all that comes in and is picked up and put in storage up at the camp. Fresh meat, so on and so forth. They literally will take containers on the airplane with them. Last year, short funny story for you. We landed in Anchorage. I get a phone call from Betty. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? Hey, she says, you guys want bacon with your meal? Well, yeah, why? I need 20 pounds. Pick it up. And she told me what store to go to because she had a Fred Meyer card, which gave her like 20% off. Every guy there with me had at least 2 pounds of bacon in a suitcase.
Ha!
Yep.
Nice.
I think we actually picked up 24 pounds because they ran short.
Right.
And she said, if I got to fly that up here, no. So we went grocery shopping.
Right.
Because we can't live without bacon. No.
Oh,
Ah. So,
blasphemy.
terrible, terrible. So, and beer prices in Anchorage versus Nome, not a hell of a lot of difference. Not for long necks and that kind of stuff. And I don't drink beer, but the occasional toddy I do have.
Right. Yeah, Jason had just asked what the IPA brew prices were like up there, which he must have missed the comment that Dennis had in the chat for Barb, but I think they're filling him in now.
Yeah, it's no place that you go to sit down and have a whole bunch of rounds of drinks that night, unless you got deeper pockets than most. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
you definitely don't want to have too many.
but we can hop
You can't
we can
afford
hop
to
a
have too
taxi.
many.
We can hop in a taxi, put 4 guys or an Uber, doesn't matter which one, and run from clear out the airport to downtown's about $22, which is not terribly bad.
No, that is not bad.
So, and there's a few other things that aren't bad at all in the grocery stores. Believe it or not, a lot of their fresh fruit is very cheap. It's cheaper than here. Why? They're on that Japanese, Indonesia, all that. That the fruits come across Fairbanks where the 747 cargo planes refuel.
Right?
So, yeah, it's cheap. It's cheaper than this year.
Emery says I'd be broke in a week if I went to Alaska.
Oh, that beer fund got thin.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's a different world. Gasoline. It's going to be interesting to see what the gas prices are in Nome. Generally, take a look at that every year when we're out to AC. They have gas pumps there. So, actually, 2 years ago, it was at $3.99, which just floored me. I'd never seen it that cheap there.
Right? That is cheap for
Yeah,
Alaska.
for Alaska, it was cheap. So now we got Trump back in, and that was. We'll see if that's dropped or it's still staying high because the in Fairbanks on the pipeline, if it's running again, they take oil out, refine only jet fuel out of it, and put it back in and send it down for gasoline. So that's where all the, like I said, the big commercials, the 747s and larger, drop in there from all over the world, carrying cargo back and forth.
Right?
Yep.
And even though the prices seem high on some things, the scenery just can't be beat.
No. No. It's absolutely gorgeous country.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely gorgeous.
a phenomenal photo that Kevin had at the meet and greet.
Yes. That was right out the back of the camp, looking to the north, and 1 a.m. in the morning, the sun was just up on the horizon. So just gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah, that was sharp.
Yes, it was.
It was a
Yes,
good one
it
for
was.
sure.
So hopefully I'll have nothing but good reports to send back for everybody that we all found some gold, and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see Emery put in the chat, he just looked it up. It's $5.90 a gallon for gas in Alaska right now.
That's kind of what I figured in the $5 range.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but that's a little higher. Ask him what diesel's running.
Yeah, I wonder what diesel would be running.
Because that's what those plants up there run. And by the way, the majority of power for Nome, Alaska is off diesel generators.
Yep, a lot of diesel.
Yep. They tried wind generators and they failed. So lots of use.
Yeah, they sound good on paper, but when they're put to practical application, they don't work out so hot in some areas.
See what you do before you leave. If you're running a gold operation, you pre-order your fuel for the next season. You look at what you used and what you may use, and then you order that many gallons. Now, if you don't use it all, they absorb it back, paying you back by not charging you. If you use it all and go over, it's, oh my God, the price just really went up. So it's a game that they play to keep their wash plants, their trucks, everything running.
Right.
Yeah. So you sit down, you order your dry good food, everything. When you get up there, generally by the 1st of May, the second week of May, I can't remember what generally arrival date is up there. The barges are showing up with your Connex on it. They set it off. You come in, you got to haul it up to your site, and you got everything you ordered in there last fall waiting for you. It
Nice.
takes, oh, when they leave, a lot of them leave Seattle. They buy it in Seattle. And I think it's 6 weeks from Seattle to Nome via the sea route. 5 weeks, 6 weeks. So, yeah, it's a slow boat.
Ah.
Nothing in the form of huge equipment, vehicles. At the time I helped do some of it, could be insured unless you went through Lloyd's of London. And that was a lot of money.
Right.
But it's just some of the things that raise your eyebrows.
Emery reports it looks like it's $3.14 a gallon for diesel in Nome right now, I think he said.
That's not bad.
And Il Digger was in your neck of the woods today.
Shoot him, he didn't stop by.
Well, he was poaching. Said he got some got a couple of rings, I think, an earring, a couple of bucks in clad,
Well, there you go. Was he doing
silver
a beach?
pendant. I would have to guess. He didn't say what he was doing other than running around in your neck of the woods. Alan Landau in the house.
Cool.
Some finds were made, though.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, basically that's what I got for tonight. Checking on everybody out there. You got questions, you guys that are going to Alaska, shoot them at me. We'll try to get them answered. Dennis is old hat now. He's been there once. He pretty much knows what he needs.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Be a good
Yeah.
time. Looking forward to it. First week will be, I got quite a few of them that are first timers up there, but seasoned detectorists. Some are novice detectorists coming up. So it'll be interesting with that. I got several of those. In the second week, I got Chicago Ron and his group coming up. And then, oh golly, I got two from Georgia coming. I got, we'll be busy that week too. So be interesting.
Aha.
Yep. I'm going to
Yeah.
take him down. I'm going to point over there and say, there you go. Go after it. And then try to help him get set up.
Yeah, there you go. And I believe Alan's going to be on the second week too.
Yes, he is. Dan Witt and Alan are on there. Ron, George, Mike. Oh, Dennis. He'll be there for a second week. The two gentlemen out of Georgia. Got Dave Ralph and his daughter coming, and I got two more. So pretty much, I think I got 12 one week and 11 on the next.
Wow.
It
Alan
worked out
says
good.
he needs a gold nugget, a big one.
Who does?
Alan.
He just needs cuffed up alongside the head. And I get a hold of his wife. She can do it. So, no, he just got to, well, he knows now what to bring. No fault of his, but he knows what to bring for a unit to go after it. And so, and it ain't this.
Right. Yeah, I think he'll be leaving that at home this trip.
Yep. So, but he'll do all right. He knows how to slow down and hunt up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Listen to every little ping you get. Look at numbers if you have that availability.
Yeah, I mean it's there to be found. I mean, we know that. There's no doubt.
Yep.
And I'm sure that just like in previous years, people are going to do pretty good.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hear a mine lab.
Yeah, we got her down, turn on and go pretty much right now, and got to do the ground balance. So this one will get a workout. It'll get a workout.
Yeah,
It won't be all that nice and shiny and everything
right.
after it's had a few bike
Not,
rides.
not so nice, shiny, and flashy when you get back.
No. Hopefully, I get the big gold nugget first, Alan.
Well, see, the race is on. And
We'll have
you're
to.
there a week before him.
Yeah,
So it's anything could happen.
that's right. That's right. I'm hoping. Actually, the guy that needs to find one is Dennis, and then Frank. But I want Frank's nephew to score. So we'll see how we go. Dave Ralph and his daughter, they're coming up. I want her to score one because she basically walked in and told Dave's wife, Dad, I'm going to Alaska and Dad's taking me. End of story. Dave told me that, and I said, well, that pretty much notched it, didn't it? Yes, it did, he said.
Right? Yep.
So, yeah. So, anyway, all of us need a nice big one. We got new ground to work, old ground to go rehash because there's still gold there. I know there is. And we'll find gold.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you,
I mean
if you get too tired of detecting, you can go up and get really tired and start hitting the number 2 shovel and hitting the high banker.
yeah, then you'll get real tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You'll know what tired is after that.
there'll be. I'll hear guys in the background. Anybody know where my Advil is? Yeah, well, you'll be achy painy.
Right, yeah. Somebody ate it all already.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, buddy, thanks for having me on. Our thoughts are with Texas and all the
Yes.
families.
Yes.
Mm. And looking forward to the trip. Barb, nope. I'm not bringing a beer back. End of story. And they do have their own. They do have their own brewery, Alaskan beer. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's sold all over up there. So, my friend, have a great night. Everybody else, stay safe. If you can't get out detecting, Randy, keep knocking it dead. You're doing good, bud.
Yeah, he's
Hey, you
just
know what, Randy?
knocking it out of the park.
Yes, he is. You need to teach Alan Landau how to do that. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.
We'll see you, Chuck.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, definitely good luck tomorrow with the appraisal, Randy. Hopefully it all goes well. And, right now with the heat that we're all having, the water and the beach is where it's at. But if you can't get out there and dig, hey, you could still sit at home and run the smoker, run the grill, do some good eating, and post up the photos. You know how we like to see that stuff. But I'll tell you, and you all know in the chat, diggers know good food. Love seeing the pictures of the smoked and grilled food. Absolutely. So for everyone else, if you enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. You can follow us here, the Beyond Sight and Sound channel on YouTube, Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, where you can also share your lovely smoked and grilled food. It inspires us all, or makes us hungry. Either way, I mean, hey, good compliment, right? And then you can follow us on the Beyond Sight and Sound page on Facebook and all of the lovely podcast distribution services that are out there. Join us on all of them, one of them, or none of them. The choice is entirely up to you, but we're glad you joined us here tonight. Hopefully everyone had a safe and fun 4th of July weekend. And as we're coming off of the weekend, please continue to keep Texas in your thoughts. It's a real mess down there. Tragic. So we're keeping everyone in our thoughts. Stay cool if you can, folks. Have a wonderful evening. We're out of here. We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.